What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl and if you're Scarlett. Today we are back again with another video from Kirk and Candace Owens. This time around they decimate white liberals. So guys, without further ado, let's get started.
Was there ever a point in history where white privilege did exist?
No.
Yeah, I suppose when we lived in a country where if you were black, you were not allowed to go into certain places, right? I suppose you could say again, and I guess that wouldn't be white privilege. You would call that Nordic privilege in the progressive era when there were signs that said Irish need not apply. So that's a different, that is white on white, a lack of a privilege. Of course, there's examples in the history of the world where you would have been privileged if your skin was white, especially in this country and in other countries as well. But today, no, white privilege does not exist.
When did it end?
Over time, beginning with the civil rights era. It's not a particular incident or moment.
All right, before we even continue the when does it end question, I want to ask this question. Since we are talking about it, does white privilege, does it really exist? Does it really exist in your own experiences, in your own perspective? Because I know everyone and his experiences and everyone and his perspective towards life. So I sincerely and out of curiosity asking, does white privilege does it really exist? So if you have an answer for me, let me know in the comment section. Let's continue, guys.
But multi-generations, the country became significantly less racist. I would say after Reconstruction, after the Civil War, after, when we had desegregation, fought the Democrat institutional racism. We fought back against the KKK when the Civil Rights Act was signed, when blacks were allowed to participate in Major League Baseball, the National Football League, the National Basketball Association, serve in elected office. All those things, contributed to the end of what used to be privilege in society, white privilege.
You said less racist. Is it still somewhat racist?
No, do you just have questions? I think.
No, you said you wanted a dialogue. We're having a
okay.
conversation.
No.
It's the least racist country in the world.
No, America is not a racist country today.
Is it still racist? So
no.
when did it end?
No.
You can't answer the question.
It ended when it ended.
I just did.
Okay,
no, you didn't. You said less
I will
racist.
answer. I'll answer. I'm answering you.
Thank you.
When it stopped being systemic, when there stopped being laws in place that stopped me as a black person doing what you are able to do as a white man.
No, I'm not asking that. Systemic racism is not simply that issue.
Yes, you just asked me to define when it stopped being, when this country stopped being racist. That's the answer.
When?
I can't give you the exact date and time and hour. I'm telling you when.
Give me the decade.
What do you mean?
Mid-1970s.
Yeah, right.
Mid-1970s. Yeah. So mass incarceration affecting black and brown communities disproportionately
to their
population.
Because they committed more crimes.
As to why? Why did they commit more crimes?
Because we ripped apart the family.
Because of their economic situation. I'm not fucking talking to you, dude.
Why are liberals so angry? I can't figure out why you're angry.
Why
are you angry?
I'm not a liberal,
right now?
So stop assuming my political affiliation.
You just came out of nowhere and just start cursing.
No, you invited me up here, raised my hand,
I know, but
and you said,
I'm saying
please
you
come
just
up
turned
here.
around and
No,
you're cursing at someone.
the...
Why don't you calm down? It's just a conversation.
I'm perfectly calm. I can curse
You don't have to turn
calm.
around and curse anyone behind you.
I can.
You're okay?
It's a free country, right?
Okay. No, but I'm saying that it's not necessary to have this dialogue for you to turn around and be angry. I do always remark, and I am going to suspect that you are liberal because right now you're trying to sell me my own. You're selling me my own oppression, so that's a very liberal stance.
I'm not liberal.
Usually when a white man stands up and tells me that, yes, this is a racist country and is oppressed, they do tend to be liberal. Only liberals try to sell me my oppression.
But I'm not.
But, okay, I'm not going to assume your political ideology. So here's
I do.
To answer your question for me, when the system stops being racist and there's nothing stopping us, and you brought up the prison rates, and you said something that was actually really important. You said it's because their communities have been economically depressed. So that would not be because of the color of your skin. That's economic privilege. If you ask me whether or not I believe in economic privilege, I would tell you yes. If you ask me whether or not I think that somebody born into a family of billionaires will be afforded more privileges in life than somebody that is born in the projects of Chicago, I would say yes, because economic privilege in this country does exist. But there is no law in place that is stopping a person because of the color of their skin from gaining that economic privilege, which is why I do not believe that white privilege, which is based upon the color of your skin, exists.
Is black poverty and white poverty different? Do
No.
they face different?
No, poor is poor.
That's a lie. White people are more likely to be in rural poverty, which is different than urban poverty.
That's because black people don't live in rural parts of America.
What?
That's because black people don't live in rural parts of America.
Why? Historically, why? Why did black people flock?
Because of Lyndon Baines Johnson, urban planning, central planning, Great Society, where he said, we are going to verticalize the black community, destroy the black father, introduce drugs in the late 1960s, subsidize single motherhood, which used to be 22% in the 1960s, which is now 73%. Only a government program could make something like that happen.
Did it have anything to do with the lynchings in the South and the hostility towards black people in the South?
Well, first off, you say...
Is there any reason why they left the South
just
for that reason?
Just so everybody knows, literally one third of the people that were lynched in the South were white Republicans. So Republicans were being lynched in the South as well. So let's not pretend that
okay, that's fine,
if your argument, if you're asking me, it seems like you're no, I just responded.
Does
You
it
said
have
it was a
anything
dialogue.
to do black people leaving the South and going to inner cities and other
He just
parts of
answered
the
that
country
question for you.
have anything to, no, I said, does it have anything to do with the KKK
Very little to nothing.
lynchings
Yes.
and violence in the South that black people faced?
So what it has to do with is the fact that black people continue...
Answer my question.
No,
Very little to
Does
nothing.
it? Yes or no?
Very
You're
little.
not allowing
Answer.
me to... Okay, listen, you're not going to be like... You're not my boss. So
guys
don't
do the
tell me
same shit.
Don't
You
tell me
guys
how
talk
I
over
have to
people all the
answer
time.
your
I was just
question,
over there
okay?
with you shutting people down.
Nobody's intimidated from you telling me how I'm going to
not
answer your
trying to
question.
intimidate you. I'm
You're not
trying to
going
have
to
an
cut me off,
honest conversation.
okay?
No, I'm trying to have an honest conversation, which you
Why don't you
guys do
stop
not want.
exercising your invisible white privilege and let the black girl talk for a second, okay?
That's nice. No, this has nothing to do with
Okay,
that.
so to answer your question,
So white privilege
everything
exists.
that you're
Wait,
talking
wait, wait,
about-
wait, wait, wait.
I said invisible white privilege.
Does it exist
I
then?
said invisible white privilege. If you listen,
Of course it's
okay?
invisible.
So
White
first
privilege is
things
not a
first,
tangible
white
thing.
privilege does not exist. Economic privilege does exist, okay? If you're asking me, do I think the black community has been crippled economically, the answer would be yes. It has been crippled economically by Democrat policies. You just heard
Who
me
cares
say that
who
in
does
there.
it?
I
Democrats
care,
are
because that
Americans.
tells you-
Democrats are in America,
because
so
that
therefore
tells
you
you-
just
that
admitted
tells you-
that there has been disadvantages
It is
by
not
two
race.
black
It
people
is not-
by Democrats
it is-
who
It
are
is not
American.
based
You
off
just
of
admitted
the.
it.
It is not based off. You asked
No.
me if white privilege exists. The answer is white privilege. Because you're born white, that means you're going to not
You
have
just-
this or that. It does not exist. No, it does not
You just
exist.
admitted that the Democrats, the boogeyman Democrats,
They're not boogeyman. They
disadvantaged
exist.
the black
Boogeyman
people.
doesn't exist.
No,
60 years
Democrats
ago.
do exist.
they did it.
So
60
boogeyman means doesn't
years
ago.
exist. Just so you know, there
We're
are
talking about
Democrats.
So
today.
you admit that it exists.
60.
I don't think
60
you're
years ago.
comprehending.
I'm
You're not.
So,
You're not
let- let-
comprehending.
I'm not sure that you are. You said
60 years ago, white people had it better than black people. Over time, there's no more systemic laws that are in place. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. What can a white person
Do
do
we
that a black person
disproportionately-
cannot do today in today's America? Name one thing.
well, black people.
Answer the question. Isn't that how this works?
Fucking question. Black people who smoke marijuana, black and white people smoke marijuana at the same rates. Yet a black person is 3 to 4 times more
Okay,
likely
I can
to
answer
be
that
put
one.
in
I
jail
agree
for
with
that.
Okay.
And I know the reason why, because yeah, the police are in the urban communities. It's easier to police those communities. Sure.
because
But that-
actually, I had a girlfriend. I had a family member who got a DUI, and I had a girlfriend who got a
just
DUI.
just to let you know, by just saying what you're saying and standing up here and knowing what's going on through the police brutality, through injustice,
I
all
love
this stuff.
This is so.
you're
I
a
guys,
joke.
I
You're
love
a
that
joke.
behind me. There's like black people rolling their eyes, but the two white guys are yelling at me, telling me that I don't agree with them. This is what I love about white liberals, right? Like they know
I'm not a
it's so
liberal.
important
You're a
for
Marxist.
them to sell us
No,
our
I'm not.
oppression that they'll come up and tell us we're a disgrace. Just
Do
say,
you speak
just
for all
say
black
it, just
people?
say it, just say
Can
it.
you speak for
well,
all
why
black
don't you
people?
stop speaking for black people? That would be
not?
great. Okay.
Chill, girl, chill. I mean, it's just a conversation you guys are having. I mean, I just want to know this white liberal, because they said it's a myth. White privilege is a myth. That means it doesn't even exist. So I want to know, does it really exist? Because people do talk about, even them, they talk about it basically all the time. When they get opportunity, they talk about it. So does it really exist that people really experience less privilege? Blacks, do some blacks experience less privilege compared to the whites? I want to know, because this argument, if I don't know, if I don't get any feedback, then this argument was just in vain, And he said at the end, the guy said, Charlie was like, name one thing that black can do that whites cannot do. He said marijuana. Whites smoke marijuana, blacks smoke marijuana, but the possibility or the probability of a black guy going to jail for doing marijuana is very high. And this police brutality too, I think, yes, sure, it's so high when it comes to the black community. And let me know how many percentage, or how is that so true about this, because I cannot really specify the marijuana, but I can really attest to this. I mean, the police brutality, because even when you watch movies and this, they really portray it when it comes to blacks. The police are so brutal on them. So let me know how true. Have you experienced that, and can that be and be listed as, I mean, a white privilege or something? Because come on, I mean, I feel like these days when they talk about this black white privilege, or black having less privilege, I feel like before the 60s, I mean, ask Charlie said 60 years back, that was before, blacks were not able to do certain things that whites can do, or blacks were not able to visit places that, I mean, whites can go, you know. But now I think it has really reduced. All this racism, all this favoritism, or this biasism when it comes to this white privilege and black having this less privilege, it has reduced. Now you, it doesn't really, like, it is no more, or it doesn't, people don't really experience it compared to before. If this topic was being, I mean, argued or being debated in maybe the 60s or before, you can totally say have it on your grounds that yes, it's true, whites have so many privilege when it comes to certain things. I mean, it did existed before, as Candace said, but now it's no more. And she made mention of American being a less country, or a less state, or a less nation of racism. Let me know how true is that, because people really, I mean, talk about Americans being so racist, especially on blacks, you know. So let me know how true, because she said American is one of the is the less racist country, or less racist nation. So let me know how true this. Let me know what you think about this particular video. For me, I think Candace was so irritative, like she was so hyperactive. I mean, she didn't give the guy a chance, the guy didn't give him a chance, but Candace also didn't give him the chance. She was so irritative, like he was so defensive, you know. He was so, I've never seen her like this before. She's always understanding, calm, trying to explain things. But today I feel like she was so overreactive and so irritative, you know. Let me know what you think about. But today to Charlie was just cool. He was trying to, I mean, explain things to the guy. But then Candace, really, girl, chill. It's just a communication. It's just a conversation you two are having. So I feel like she was so, you know, hyper and defensive. You know, let me know what you think about this video. If you want me to check out more of these videos, to let me know in the comment section. And please, if you have any recommendation for me, don't forget to leave it down there, and let me know what you actually think about this video. Yeah, let me know in the comment section. And if you are new to my channel, welcome, and don't forget to click on the subscription button for more notifications. Thanks for watching.